Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am Dakshata Jala from Titanium Institute of Spoken English Language. We are back with one more GD. Before starting the GD, I would request to our viewers that please, if you haven't subscribed our channel, then please subscribe our channel and press all the bell icons for new updates. So today we are going to discuss a GD on a very interesting topic. Will privatization leads to less corruption, yes or no? We have two brilliant spokesperson between us. One side Mr. Ganesh is here, another side Mr. Dheeraj is here. So one is going to favor this topic and another one is going to oppose this topic. So before starting the GD, they will give their introduction and then they will start a GD. So who is going to favor this topic? Okay. So start with your introduction. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ganesh and currently I am pursuing BA second year from Bardmer. So I am in the favor of this topic, and that topic is privatization will lead to less corruption. I am totally in the favor of this topic.
Okay.
So my points are, I have some strong points about this topic. So my first point is no politician interfere. If we're talking about the private sector, there are no politician interfere in private sector. Like they don't pressurize you to do this type of work or that type of work, like that. And my second point is no job security. If we're talking about the private sector, they have a fear to fired by the job. Yeah, if they don't take action about our complaints, our things, so they can be fired. If we're talking about the government sector, they have job security. So if we're talking about, that's good, but if they don't take action about our complaints, so that's not good for us. They will be fired and they will be fired. And my third point is in a private sector, power in a few hands. Okay, so there is less chance to corruption. But if we're talking about the government sector, power in a more and more hands, power in a politician, power in a government officer. So there can be more chances to corruption. And my fourth point is in a private sector, employees get high salaries, but it not affect to corruption, but it also a person's mindset who got a high salary, so there is less chance to be corruption. So that's all from my side. If you have any question, then go ahead.
Yeah, Ganesh, you spoke very well. So my first question is that you are favoring privatization leads to less corruption. So what do you think in the privatization is profit oriented, because private company, they have to do profit at the end of the year. But if you see the government sector, they are for the social welfare. Like if the poor is hungry, they will take loan and they will give food to poor people. So what do you think about that?
Sir, you ask a really good question.
Yeah.
But can't say this type of things. But if we are talking about the private sector, they also work for the social welfare. How? Because if we talking about the Jio, they Ambani gave us jobs. That's a social welfare. That's good for us. And they also make our GDP. That's good for us. That's all.
Yeah, you spoke. Yeah, answer is very good. But if you think in the privatization, there is a monopoly sometime. Like you shared the example of Jio. The Jio have the monopoly. Okay, no network, no telecom is fight with Jio. So that time the Jio can use their monopoly in wrong way. You see that how the Jio will increasing their price day by day. First time they started with free, and after that they increasing 40%. Now every year they are increasing with 10%. Now if you see recharge, they start with 300 rupees per month. So how poor people can afford? Yeah, privatization give facility.
Yes.
Okay, but it's for the middle and the poor people. It's very hard.
I agree with you. Every person can't afford it.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about our GDP and if we're talking about some good reasons, then we have to do this type of works. And in a private sector, they also go for the profits. Whatever profits company makes, that's distributed in members of the company. So it is also a type of social welfare.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with your point. The company make profit, then it will But what do you think in the in the private company there is too much nepotism? If you are the owner of the company, okay, you can give job to anyone if the person is not skillful. Like if you see in our India, mostly in our India, they will give the CEO is only from the family. The big position like CEO, CFO is from the family people.
Yes.
So the nepotism is very much because the people who are have the skill, they can't become a top level.
Yes, I agree with you. But if I am a owner of that business, I will choose you. I will choose my son, I will choose my daughter, because that's my business. Like if we're talking about the government sector, the minister pressurized to peoples to select them, select this, select them, select her. So that is a discrimination with people. If you are preparing for government exam, I am preparing, you will be selected. So if you are relative with the minister, you are related, you have relations with the minister, you will be selected. Why I am not? I have skill. So that's why.
But if you see in the government, that is very less. Why? Because if you want to get a job in government sector, you have to prepare for exam. Okay, if you are a child of a politician, you also have to fight vote. Okay, you have to become an MLA by win the election. Okay, but in the private sector, that thing is not, because in the Ambani, if you see about example of the Ambani, okay, the Ambani son will become the CEO. Okay, so in the private sector there is a more nepotism as compared to government sector.
Yes, I agree with you. But don't you think if I am fighting in an election, if I will be selected as a MLA, like I know a person who is a MLA of our city, he doesn't work for our city. He only takes bribes. He doesn't work for our city. And one more thing, that persons in the government sector, you know about the jack. If a person who have jack, he will be selected in a higher post. But if a person who don't have that type of jack, he won't be selected. So that's a major thing in a government sector.
Okay. So I want to add one thing over here, that one side he has mentioned that in private sector, where the CEO appoints his or her own children as a CEO or from its family members. So well, it is true, but somewhere I disagree with this point, because I think a businessman will select a person who have that skills to maintain that business. A person always selects the other person who have that skill. If I am a child of a businessman and I don't have that skill, so I won't be selected as that person, right? Because I have no skills. How will I run the business? I will totally make the losses of it. So the person who has done so much profit over the year and has done so much hard work to run that business, I won't be selected as it, because I have no skills for that. But I also disagree with this point, because somewhere in government sector this has been seen that if two students are preparing for the exam, as you guys have mentioned, two students are preparing from the exam, and here comes the caste based reservation system, right? So if both of them are preparing very hard, but why is it so that the general people have to work more hard because of the cutoffs and all, and the other caste backward classes found it easiest to find the job, right? So this is somewhere the lag in our country, which should be recovered as soon as it is possible, because every child is equal, everyone has right to education, to vote, each one have all rights, human rights, and there should be no discrimination basis on this, neither in the public sector nor in the private sector, right? So please guys continue.
Yes.
Done?
Done.
Okay.
Now.
So now your time. Yes.
My name is Dheeraj Vyas, and currently I am learning English from Titanium Education, and as today's topic is very good. Is privatization will leads to less corruption? So from my point of view, it's not. If you see the corruption, we see that the corruption is synonymous to government offices. And we also see that if the privatization will occur, the corruption will gradually decrease or become nil. But what I think that if it is a private sector or the government sector, both the sector are run by people.
Yes, true.
So people are corrupt, not the sector.
Yes.
And the people are corrupt, not the sector. If you see how the private companies give bribe to government sector to do businesses in India, there are lots of scam which is related to corruption. There are lots of scam done by private companies. Like there are Satyam Infotech scam, 2G scam, IPL scam also there.
Yes.
It's related to money laundering. So the politician also included in that scam. Harshan Mehta scam. How he give bribe to SBI and how he loot, how he manipulate stock market. So there is a corruption done by private sector more and more. Like if you are saying that privatization will decrease corruption, if you see if the privatization occur in every in country, everything is privatized. Okay, like the school, colleges, railways, hospital, everything is privatized. What do you think? The privatization is all about profit oriented. Okay, and while if you see government sector, they are all about social welfare.
Yes.
So in the privatization, they will increase the fees. They will increase the fees of school, fees of hospital, fees like tickets will increase
Yes.
in railway sector. So how the poor people can afford? It's very harm for the poor people. And second thing, if the example in the 2022 in October, there the Morbi bridge collapsed.
Okay.
Yeah. So how it what are this Morbi bridge is maintained by a private firm Oreva Group. So what happened that after several months of repair, it reopened for public, and it got collapsed in 2 days, only in 2 days. So how it can be collapsed in 2 days if it's repaired for several months? And 132 people killed in that Morbi bridge, and without municipality certificate, how it can be reopened? So it can be seen that there is a heavy corruption done by a private company. And if you see in the hospital, if you want a health certificate or disability certificate, you can give bribe to doctor or to a private hospital. They will arrange a certificate for you. If you want to get higher admission in the private school, you can give good bribe. They will give admission in that. So there is also lots of corruption is done by a private company. As well if you see other countries, the Russia, USA, UK. They started privatization and they all are privatized. Okay, and if you see Russia, they started privatization in 1991, I think. And if we see, they are in the most corrupted country in the world. Russia is the most corrupted country in the world. They already privatized. So that show that the privatization can't reduce corruption or zero the corruption.
Okay.
So if you have any question related to this, you can ask to me.
Sir, you spoke very well, but I have some question. Don't you think, sir, there is in a government sector, persons have job security? That's a bad thing for us, because if they have job security, they will take bribe. They will take bribe. It is common, but in a private sector, person don't have the job security, so they can be fired. But in a government sector, they can be suspended, or our government will take action against them, but take more time. So it is not good for us. Don't you think?
Yeah, the question is very good. First of all, if we see, the government also introduced there are lots of anti-corruption bureau is there. If any government officer is taking bribe from you, you can complain from anti-corruption bureau. There is already all the things are established, but we are not using this sector. Okay, and in our blood we already are corrupt. In the corruption, what is giver and taker? In the bribe, giver and taker both are corrupt. Not a particular man is corrupt or particular sector is corrupt.
Sir, you mentioned the anti-corruption bureau.
Yeah.
If I will complain in that sector, but they will take more time. So don't you think it's a bad thing?
Yeah, the anti-corruption bureau first research, okay, then they will take the action. Because if they directly take action, if the like employee is honest, because any people can misuse their power, like any.
Okay. Okay, I'm agree with you. But my second question is, in government sector, politicians interfere are more compared to the private sector. So don't you think if a politician pressurize you to take corruption, to take bribe and do this type of work and do that type of work, if you are preparing for any exam, okay, we both are got same marks, but you will be selected. Why? Because you have relation with the minister. So don't you think it is a discrimination with me? What's your opinion about it?
First of all, this thing is happen very less, okay, because everyone have to, a politician also have an image in the society. First, if you see the hierarchy, there is the people who elect the people who elect the politician, and in the politician there are the officers who work under them. So that means that the people, if you like the politician will select you, okay, by the JEC, the people can remove that politician in 5 years. But if you see in the private sector, if the owner is doing nepotism, you can't remove the owner.
In that point, I am agree with you. But in a government sector, okay, if if I have JEC, then I'll be selected. You don't have JEC, you won't be selected. Why? Cause I got minimum marks and you got maximum marks. So I will be selected. It will be discrimination with you. Don't you think it is a making unemployment for India, for world? It is a like that. It is a bad thing for us and the people who don't get the job. They will do suicide. Why? Because they deserve that type of thing, but they don't get. So it is a strong reason of doing that type of things, like increasing crime, increasing suicide, and that type of things. Don't you think?
Is I already answered about that. Like everything in the privatization, same thing happen. Okay, the JEC is everywhere in the private sector as well as in government sector. So, but in the government sector, okay, there is the rules and regulation by the central government also. But in the private, there is no rules and regulation. If you are the boss, you are the boss. Okay. But in the government, there is a central government can pressurizing on state government that you are doing wrong. So they have to follow all the things according to rules and regulation created by government. There are also Supreme Court also there. Everything is there in the government sector. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes.
And very strong points mentioned by both of you. So guys, they have spoken very well. But if I conclude this topic, then I have something to say, that yes, I agree with his points, Dheeraj's points, that privatization are profit oriented. At the end, they will make their own profit, whether by selecting the candidates through JEC or whether by selecting the candidates by their skills, but they will make the profit at the end of the day. And yes, that profit will be distributed among the members, but only among those members who are working in that company, right? And privatization is providing job to many peoples. It is trying to reduce the unemployment, but also the government sector is providing job to many peoples. So there is a balance between it, and he has mentioned a very good point, that there is a hierarchy. So it is followed everywhere, in the government sector also, in the private sector also. The difference is, in the private sector, the owner is the boss, and the owner has its own rules and regulation which can be modified any of the time. He or she can change the rules and regulation whenever they want it. But in the government sector, they have to follow the rules and regulation because they are getting pressure from higher authority, right? That's the reason it takes a little bit time. It is time consuming process in government sector, and it is less time consuming process in the privatization. So if we go through all these conclusions, then yes, privatization can less the corruption but cannot eradicate the corruption, right? But this is also where we can somewhere analyze that not only the government sector can be synonymized as a corruption, right? He has mentioned a very nice point that people are the one who are corrupted, not the sectors. People are everywhere in all the sectors, in government sector, in private sector, even in the semi-government sector. So everyone is corrupted. All those are corrupted who are taking the corruption, and they are taking the corruption because of their own reason. But I don't think corruption is a good reason. Taking bribe is a good reason. So it can be in any of the form, whether in the government sector, whether in the private sector, whether the person is working hard, whether the person is working freely, doesn't matter. But whoever is taking bribe, it is their mentality, their mindset. So we have to change our mindset, our mentality. Then only we can eradicate the corruption, not by changing from privatization to public sector to privatization. So what are your viewpoints on that? Please mention it down in the comment section. And one thing before finishing this GD, I want to mention that we guys are also a learner. So if you think we have committed any mistake in our GD, please mention that in the box and we will reply to you as soon as possible. And if you guys want us to record more GD on other topics, then please write it down in the comment box. Thank you guys. It was nice meeting with you. It was a nice discussion, and we'll meet soon. Thank you everyone.